What's up, Timber Rattlers? Totally missing you guys. Super bummed that our season's been cut short, but it is technically baseball season still, and you guys should be working out in your yard and doing all that you can to try to improve so that this wasn't a complete lost season. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you guys a few videos of some drills that you guys can work on this, while you're quarantined at home. And so that when we get back on the field together, you guys, everybody's had some improvement. If you guys are having trouble with some of them, or you're not sure how to fix something, or something's not quite right, feel free to call me or send me a video of it or FaceTime me or whatever, and we'll see if we can work through it. So anyway, I'm gonna send you guys a series of little videos that I'm gonna put together, probably using Benny and my daughters. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys get to work. Okay, we'll see ya. Okay, so the first drill, hitting drill that we're gonna work on is something really simple that will give you a lot of feedback on your swing, and really kind of help you have the right fundamentals of it. So what I want you guys to do is find a fence. Could be a chain link fence. Hopefully you guys have something soft like a net or something that you don't wreck your bat. Otherwise, use an old bat or something, a bat that you don't really care about, because you're probably going to bang it up on a chain link fence. So anyway, my daughter Haley here, I'm going to use her to demonstrate. She's done this drill since she was really little, and it's really had an effect on her swing. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of walk up to the fence, and you're going to measure exactly. You're going to put the knob of the bat on your belly button and the end of the bat touching the fence. Okay, and that's how far away from the fence you're going to be. And then you're going to take some swings. Okay, go ahead, Haley. Okay, and you should not hit the fence. If you're hitting the fence, it's going to tell you some different things about what you're doing. So she hit the fence right there, and the reason why is because she dropped her elbow in the back, she dropped the bat head, and she started to cast around. Okay, so go slow motion and cast it, Haley, so it hits the fence. So she's going to start her swing. So look, she's starting to swing backwards first, okay? And she's not not pushing her hands through early, so she's hitting the fence. So what you guys want to do is just get that close to the fence and take a bunch of swings. It's going to feel really awkward to begin with, but you should get to the point where you're swinging as hard as you can, as far as a regular game speed swing, and not hitting the fence. Okay, a couple more. Okay, good. Okay, another version of this is to get all the way back to the edge of the fence. So look how close she is to the fence. I don't know if you guys can see the net we have, but you can kind of see the post behind her. Look where her foot is. She's only maybe 5 or 6 inches from the edge of the fence with her foot, and she's going to do the same thing. She's going to swing as if the pitcher is out this way. She's going to take her swings, and you shouldn't hit the fence. So this is kind of, if you're hitting the fence the other way, you could go to this drill, and that's what happens. If you're casting the bat out, you're going to hit the fence first. Okay, but if you're coming forward, you shouldn't hit the fence on your swing. Okay, her backswing hitting the fence doesn't make a difference because she's that close, but she shouldn't hit the fence there. Okay, one more. Good. Okay, so typically we have our throwdown plate over by the net, and I'll place the tee in and around that for visual, especially with Benny or the younger boys. As they get a little bit older, they don't need it as much. But we have it down here right now because it's our wiffle ball plate, and we've been playing games of wiffle ball. So if you guys have a throwdown plate like this, you can. They're super cheap. You get a just get a rubber one. They're $5 or $6, and they're really good for the boys, and especially when they start pitching too. You're going to need it. But I'm going to show you kind of the location of where the tee should be for the different pitches. So Haley's videoing this, and she's standing out in front of the plate where the pitcher, towards where the pitcher is. Okay, so if she wants to hit, you want to hit a middle pitch, okay, right in the middle of the plate technically is where that ball should be. If you're standing even in the box, okay, if you're in the batter's box and you guys are in your normal spot, this is where I would place the tee for a middle pitch. Okay, If it's an outside pitch, this is where I would put the ball. I would put the tee back here. Okay, so I would want that pitch, you guys to let that pitch come a little bit further on that outside pitch. This is all for righties, hitting towards right field, okay? If it's an inside pitch, you're gonna be out in front of the plate on the inside, and that's where that ball should be hit, okay? So just giving you guys an idea when you guys do your tee work of where to place the tee. You know, it's easy to visualize it, especially when you guys have a throwdown plate there, but that way you guys kind of have an understanding of where they should be. Let me see the phone, Hey. Okay, go ahead and get in the batter's box so that they can see the depth. Okay, so she's gonna get in the batter's box here. Okay, so now we're gonna watch this again. So inside pitch, look where this tee is. Okay, it's way out in front of the plate on the inside part. Okay, so she has to turn her hips first to swing so that she has time to get her space to get her hands through. Okay, go back. Now don't turn your hips and pretend like it's a middle pitch. Okay, if she doesn't turn her hips and she comes through, okay, now look which part of the bat she's going to hit it on. Okay, not a very good part of the bat. Okay, so it's really important on that inside pitch that you guys, especially when you're working on tee, hips first on the inside pitch. You see it, turn your hips. It allows you to get your hands through. Boom, that's where we're going to hit it. Now you can see she's at the good part of the bat to hit that way. Okay, now if it's a middle pitch, she's still in the box, the same place. Here's where it is, technically middle of the plate. Now if you look, it's lined up on the inside of her front foot, okay, which is exactly where we put it back there when we were at the net. Okay, now if it's an outside pitch, this is where we're going to be. You can see I've got this thing on the outside part of the plate. That's a strike. Okay, now I've got it deep in her stance, closer to her back foot, so that when she goes to swing and hit this, okay, her swing doesn't change. It's just timing. She's still hitting it at the right spot of the bat, okay, and this is where she's hitting this pitch. Okay, so a lot of times people think you have to try to hit that to the opposite side, that you're just going to like throw your bat that way. Your swing doesn't really change. It's just the timing of the swing. You're on an outside pitch, you got to let that ball get deeper towards the catcher before you hit it. So I wanted to show you the proper way to step up to the tee. So you want to adjust the height of that tee a few times. I like one drill that we do quite a bit is the high tee drill. So you'll go ahead and pull it up high. Okay, so keep that ball high. It's going to keep the boys' hands high and not allow them to drop below the ball. And that's going to really help with their bat path. Okay, so go ahead and take a few swings here. I want you guys to pay attention to her load, okay? And when she turns her hips and when her hands go. So when her front foot hits the ground, that's when she's going to explode and go. Okay, if you guys want to be good hitters, you need a tee and a net and some really good work ethic, and hopefully you get to the point where you're just going down there and hitting on your own and you don't need your parents to go down there and feed the ball for you. So Haley's got really good habits now. She didn't when she was younger, but she pretty much comes down here and hits on her own every day. So to start out with the boys, I would have them get in their stance. So Haley, go ahead and kind of get where your stance is. Okay, and I place the tee because otherwise they don't really know where to step up and put the tee. So, sometimes as they get older and a little bit more advanced, you'll start placing the balls an outside pitch, an inside pitch, middle pitch, out and in, or out and low, some different locations so that they can work on the different swings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and we're just going to work middle of the plate now. So I'm going to come and I'm going to put this tee, I'm going to line it up with the inside of her front foot. Okay, so this is where I'm going to work this tee. So if you guys can see it, it's right on the inside of that front foot. Okay, go ahead and put the ball on. Okay. And this is the right location. Oh, you can put it down regular. Okay, so for here, the middle pitch, this is about where they should make contact with the ball, on the inside of their front foot. So this is the easiest pitch to hit. So this is kind of what we'll start with. Okay, go ahead and go again. So I want you guys to watch her finish of her swing. Okay, see how high she's finishing her swing? And I want you to watch the load. So watch where the weight distribution goes in her legs, where she kind of comes back and loads, and then she goes forward, And as soon as her front foot hits the ground, she's going to explode. Okay, and she's staying through the ball. So one thing that I'll do quite a bit is have them pick a spot on the net. So this is a middle pitch. So she should be hitting that ball center of net. No pressure. Do you guys see that? So you're working the middle pitch, okay, which the tee's on lined up with the inside of your front foot, and you should be driving the ball middle, okay? She pulled that one a little bit, okay? And the reason being is she really kind of likes that inside pitch that way to pull. So she doesn't even have that tee really lined up with the inside front of her foot. So she put that tee out in front a little bit. So go more middle. So this ball should go right to the middle. There you go. Okay. Now, if she wants to go, if you guys want get to a point where you can work the outside pitch, okay, that tee should be towards the back foot is where it should be. You should put the tee out a little bit more on the outside part of the plate, and you know, to see how the tee is now back in her stance. I want you back even a little more. I mean, no, back in your stance. There you go. Okay, so she should be hitting this ball in the upper right corner. Now she's adjusting the net to make sure. Okay, go ahead. So now I'm going to show you guys the back view of this. So here, this is an outside pitch, and she's hitting that ball to right field. Okay, that ball, she's letting that ball, if it's a pitch, she's letting that ball get deep, and she's driving that to the right side. Okay, now if it's an inside pitch, she's going to put she's going to pull the net over a little bit more, or just the tee. So she's going to pull this pitch. So now this ball, if it's an inside pitch, you should get closer to the tee. Okay, and that ball should be out front. Okay, this pitch you should be hitting towards the third baseman, towards the left fielder. Okay, so she's going to adjust it so she hits it into the net. Okay, go ahead. Okay, now I wish you guys could watch this in slow motion, but if you guys will kind of notice, her hips will go first, and that allows her hands to get through.
I think you can slow it down.
Okay. Okay, we'll try it. So she opens her hips so that she can get through. So I'm going to show you guys this angle again from the backside. So now she should be hitting this to the third baseman or the left fielder. Okay, so you guys see that? It's hard to see, but you can tell now that tee's way out in front, and look how close she is on the inside. It's an inside pitch. Okay, so you guys can adjust where the tee is and work on the different pitches as you guys get your swing down, and it feels really good and really comfortable.